Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Endzone Analytics, the weekly show that brings you the best insights from the upcoming week in the NFL. The show, as always, is powered by QUUANT Intelligence and I'm your host Brandon Harrington, guiding you through another episode. As always, we'll be delving deeper into the three upcoming primetime matchups in the NFL with insights from our very own QUUANT.io platform. We kick off week 5 with an interesting matchup as the Colts visit the Broncos up in Denver. It's another primetime game for the Broncos. The atmosphere around them is odd. They come into this game 2-2, yet it feels like their record is much worse. Wilson is expecting to play despite his shoulder injury, and he'll be hoping for a strong offensive performance at home. A hit and miss Colts team comes to town, looking to get their season started, with a quarter of it already gone. The win against the Chiefs a couple of weeks ago was followed up by a divisional defeat to the Titans. Matt Ryan says he feels the offense is close. This would be a great game for the offense to put it all together. At the time of filming, QUUANT's top value forecast is under 43.5 match points. This is a 3-star rating with a 53% forecasted probability. Considering only one of the 8 matchups that these two teams have been involved in so far this season has eclipsed 44 points, bookmakers offering this on a -110 moneyline could offer healthy returns. QUUANT's top value forecast uses 8,000 data points through machine learning to determine whether a market has value or not. The Broncos come into this one with a 62% win probability, they're favourites, but this could be a market to avoid, as in their last 10 matchups going into the game as favourites, the Broncos haven't returned a profit. This means we'll have to wait and see if Russell Wilson can live up to the primetime pressure later today. That's if he plays, of course. We did say earlier that he's expecting to play, but he's currently listed as questionable, one of many for the Broncos, along with running back Melvin Gordon and wide receiver Tyree Cleveland. Of the three, if Russell Wilson was to miss out, this would have the most impact with a 57% impact on the Broncos. Another notable absentee will be Javonte Williams, who is out with his ACL. He tore it last week. The Broncos have signed Latavius Murray from the Saints practice squad and he had a big game last week in London. QUUANT's injury ratings are determined by a player's fantasy value and their salary. This will determine the impact that they could have when they're absent from the team. On Sunday Night Football, we head to Baltimore with two teams that have the same record this season. The Bengals and the Ravens both enter this game at 2-2. This game is an AFC North matchup that has plenty to look out for. Firstly, the Ravens defense hasn't been its usual self this year, it's been struggling a lot, and the Bengals offensive line is continuing to improve. Can they keep that trend going? Therefore, the Bengals could be looking for a big day offensively. Then, of course, we're going to keep an eye out and see what Lamar Jackson does this weekend. So far, his early season form has been in the debate for MVP, very early stages of course, but if he kept it up throughout the whole year, there's no reason why he won't be in that conversation come the voting at the end of the season. I'm excited to watch him in prime time under the lights and see what he can do. Looking to follow in from last week's impressive performance, the Bengals come into this one at the +3 spread with a 50% probability and a 3-star rating. The Bengals have shown immense profit in their last 10 matchups as a visiting team, with a record of 7-3. They've also claimed a highly respectable record of 6-4 when coming into the game as underdogs, and this has returned a profit as well. For the Ravens, in their last 10 matchups, it's resulted in a loss when coming into the game as a favourite and as the home team. What does this mean? Well, the Bengals could be good value against the spread in this one. There's a lot of positivity and good energy around the Bengals at the moment, but they are sweating on the fitness of T. Higgins. If he were to miss out, it would have a 51% impact. I feel like I'm seeing Patrick Mahomes more than I'm seeing my family at the moment, as a classy quarterback takes the centre stage yet again on Monday Night Football. The Chiefs host the Raiders in a big AFC West matchup. The Raiders got their first win last time out, but this week they faced one of the toughest challenges in football. Looking ahead to the game, trying to keep pace with the Chiefs is going to be critical for the Raiders if they want to have any chance of coming out of this game with the victory. And don't get me wrong, the Raiders offense does have the weapons to pose problems, but the big question is, can they deliver? For the Chiefs, focus is the key word. We saw a couple of weeks ago with a few mishaps, a lack of concentration and the errors and what that resulted in, a surprise win for the Colts. But this is a division game at home, they should be focused. And with the offense putting up over 40 points and half of their outing so far, I think everyone is going to be looking forward to another dose of Mahomes magic. The Chiefs are strong favourites for this one with a 75% chance win probability. This means that there's normally great value in the spread. As you can see on screen, a 7.5 spread either way offers the best value with bookmakers. QUUANT's top value forecast is the Chiefs landing at -7.5 spread with a 3-star probability and a 47% chance. Of course, it's worth remembering that the markets are constantly changing, and this information is provided by QUUANT.io at the time of filming. If you want to get the most up-to-date information right now, then head over to QUUANT.io, check out the QUUANT platform for yourself and sign up to a 3-day trial for just 99 cents. The Chiefs have a winning record as the home team in their last 10, 8-2, as well as a winning record as the favourites in their last 10, 6-4. And not to mention, when these two played each other last season, in both matchups the Chiefs scored over 40 points, winning 41-14 and 48-9 in the two games. After watching the Raiders so far this season, and what I mentioned earlier about the Chiefs offense performing already, it wouldn't be surprising if we got a similar outcome. There are no major injury concerns for the Chiefs. They're still waiting for the all clear for Harrison Butker, although if he was to miss out, they may not miss him too much, as Matthew Wright signed last week, had a great game against the Bucs, made it 7 from 7, a top performance from him. It's a similar story for the Raiders with no notable absentees. Currently the big questions around wide receiver Hunter Renfrow with a concussion. If he were to miss out, it would be 47% impact on the Raiders, but obviously we'll know much more closer to kickoff about his availability. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Endzone Analytics. Hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to like, subscribe and comment below who you're most excited to watch this weekend. I know my game, definitely going to be Monday Night Football. Getting to see Patrick Mahomes again last week. What a performance, and I hope he can have it again. As we've mentioned, to access all the data-driven analytics and predictions that you've seen in this video, head over to QUUANT.io and sign up for a 3-day trial for just 99 cents. Information will be in the description below. I've been Brandon Harrington, and I'll see you all next week.